means that anybody that is not an officer above may come up to the podium. La Yasha Allah, which means to Israel. Amajim, which means to stand. Wapanyi Haki Dum, which means to turn and face the east. This is the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Quadash, Hayya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwithka, Taba'ah, Batazayaka, Hayya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawor, Hayya, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalachanawa, Kwabawathnawa, Kasalachnawa, Kwabawathyanawa, Wala'ah, Tabayayanawa, Banasayawan, Abol, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwith, Waha'ala, Watapara, La'alamyam, Aman. The Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakak, or the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathananawa, Hakak, Hakak, La Rapa'ah, Kal Makalah, Wakal Marawa, Hakak, La Tahor, Hamad Tazarayim, Hakak, La Hakim, Hamathim, Hakak, Al Rakawat, Hatama Allah, Lagarshan, by Hashem Yahushai, the water Aman. Prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahushai, Wam Yaka Allah, wa Alahayim, Matazabya, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapyam, Hazaranyam, Ha Kwadazayanyam, Ha Chayayim, wa Kwathian, Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, the water Aman. Remember the blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Haharium, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim Wa'arataza, Al Yatun, Lamawat, Rogolka, Al Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shalmor, Yasha'ala, Yahawah, Shamarka, Yahawah, Tazolka, Al, Yad, Yumyaka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Bal Ya'ala, Yahawah, Yashamarka, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Atnapashka, Yahawah, Yashamar, Taza'aka, Wawa'aka, Ma'aika, Wa'aid, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Damayah, Lakah, all Facharash, Wa'ol, Tashakwat, all Chaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Aimaka, Ya'arayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'itazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarawa, Lakawa, Wanaki Dum, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham, Yasha Allah, Iwada, Kaya, Nawaitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashemai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wagarium, Gabal, Wa'amawan, Wa'amalak, Palashath, Aim, Yeshabia, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasa Yasara, Kayabian, Banakaol, Kayashawan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shaitamwa, Nara, Yamawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazol, Manai, Call, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Nayrashah, Lanawa, Nawa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shaitamwa, Kagogola, Kakwash, Lapanya, Roaka, Kaash, Tabaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Dardatma, Basairika, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Palawan, Wayabakashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabawa, Idea, Ide, Wayaparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaigwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahawa, Labarka, Al Yawan, Al, Kol, Ha'arataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like a Reb, and like Zeb, yea, all their princes, as Zeba, and as Zalmunna, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High power and possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Prayer for the curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now, to evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school, to evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary, to evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues, cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahweh Shai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahweh Shai, thank you. Always, so be it. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, which means to be seated. All right, we're going to be in 2 Samuel chapter 13, it's like in chapter 15, verse 13 in the Blue Letter Bible. Second Samuel 15 and 13 in the Hebrew. Wa Yaba Ha Magayad All Dawada La Amor Haya Lab Ayash Yasha Allah Akarya Abashlawam. Verse 14. Waya Amor Dawada Lakol Ibad Yawa Ashar Athwa Bayarashalam. From Wawa. Wanabarka Kaya La'a Tahaya Lanawu Palayat Mapanya Abu Shalom Maharawu Lalakath Pan Yamara Wa Hashaganwa Wa Harayak Alyanwa Harai Wahaka Ha'ayor Lapaya Karab. Verse 15. Uya Marwa Ibadya Hamalak All Hamalak Kakor Ashar Yabukar Adanya Hamalak Hana Ibadyak. Verse 16. Wayataza Hamalak Wakal Bayathwa Baragolyawa Wayaizab Hamalak Ath Ishar Nashayam Palagashyam Lashamar Habayath. Verse 17. Wayataza Hamalak Wakal Ha'aim Baragolyawa Wa Yaimadwa Bayath Hamarakwa. Verse 18. Wakol. Ibadyawu. Ibarium. Al. Yadawu. Wakol. Hakarathya. Wakol. Hapalathya. Wakol. Hagathyum. Shashah. Ma'awath. Ayash. Ashar. Ba'awu. Baragowa. Magath. Ibarium. Al. Panya. Hamalak. Verse 19. Salakia. Verse 19. Wayamor. Hamalak. All. Athya. Hagathya. Lama. Thalak. Gam. Atha. Athnaw. Shawab. Washab. Aim. Hamalak. Kaya. Nakarya. Atha. Wagam. Galah. Atha. Lamak Wamak. Slacky. I clap that up. We're going to be in 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 13 in the English. Second Samuel 15 and 13. And there came a messenger to David, saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are after Absalom. So this is, Absalom is one of King David's sons. And so if you weren't here for the last Sabbath service, what we went over is how this son started to have disdain towards his father, and how he sought to have a kingdom of his own, sought to have his own power because, he wasn't going to get what he desired being up under his father. So he went to his city and he declared himself to be king over those lands. So this is a messenger coming to King David and letting him know what's going on within his lands and these cities that he's supposed to have control over. 14. And David said unto all his servants that were with him at Jerusalem, arise, and let us flee, for we shall not else escape from Absalom. Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly, and bring evil upon us, and smite the city with the edge of the sword. So, because King David understood that he was at a disadvantage when it came to what was about to transpire. He understood this was a mutiny or a coup that was about to happen. No different from what happened on January 6th. Just like our oppressor knew that there was going to be an army coming against him at the Capitol building to seize control, King David understood that that's what was about to happen. He understood that he could have possibly have been unalived by his son because he wanted power. So he made a wise decision and evacuated the city. 15. And the king's servant said unto the king, behold, thy servants are ready to do whatsoever my lord the king shall appoint. 16. And the king went forth, and all his household after him. And the king left 10 women, which were concubines, to keep the house. 17. And the king went forth, and all the people after him, and tarried in a place that was far off. 18. And all his servants passed on beside him, and all the Cherethites, and all the Pelethites, and all the Gittites, 600 men which came after him from Gath, passed on before the king. And so this is just listing those who were with King David. Men that came out of these lands, blacks, Hispanic, and Native Indian men that came out of these lands. Verse 19. Then said the king to Ittai the Gittite, wherefore goest thou also with us? Return to thy place and abide with the king, for thou art a stranger and also an exile. Verse 20. And this just goes to show that they're like strangers in the nation of Israel. It's not only heathen nations. Like it can be blacks, Hispanics, or Native Indians. And that's a misconception it is that so many fake Israelites have, because they've learned from those who have taken the truth and twisted it. No different from what the religions of this earth have done with the Bible. And in order to get the proper understanding and to truly know our culture and how it is that we speak as a people, you have to come into the ISUPK. You have to get the true breakdowns and the true spirit behind what is written in this book right here. Verse 20. Whereas thou camest but yesterday, should I this day make thee go up and down with us? Seeing I go whither I may, return thou, and take back thy brethren. Mercy and truth be with thee. And King David let them know, you just joined onto us. I can't bring you with me on my journey, on going through these hardships it is that I'm going to have to go through because my son chose to try to overthrow me. And that's, that's just how brotherly King David was. Because of course, like these brothers, at least King David's mind, like they don't understand what it is they're signing up for. Like they still have lives it is that they can live, and although it is a glorious thing for them to try to join themselves on to King David, it's just not something that he can allow. But it'll surely be something that'll be remembered. 21. And Ittai answered the king and said, I as the Lord liveth, and as my lord the king liveth, surely in what place my lord the king shall be, whether in death or life, even there also will thy servant be. And Ittai let King David know, like, man, no matter what, wherever my king is, my brother, wherever he is, like that's where I'll be. Whether he is walking through the lands, ruling on the throne, he has to jump from city to city, fleeing from his enemies, or if he is unalived for whatever reason, I'll be right there with my brother. And that's the spirit that the ISUPK has. We don't abandon our people for anything. We stand up for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, no matter who our adversary is that's coming against us. The government came against the Hispanics when Trump was in office, and the ISUPK was the only ones that stood with them. Like just like the government and hate groups have been against blacks and Native Indians, yet the ISUPK has always stood with our people. Like whether it's good times or bad, we understand that we cannot abandon our own because nobody will stand up for us. 22. And David said to Ittai, go and pass over. And Ittai the Gittite passed over, and all his men, and all the little ones that were with him. Because, of course, an order is an order. And saying if a brother gives you a lawful order, you have to obey it. I mean, just like in any military. 23. And all the country wept with a loud voice, and all the people passed over. The king also himself passed over the brook Kidron, and all the people passed over toward the way of the wilderness. 24. And lo, Zadok also and all the Levites were with him, bearing the ark of the covenant of God. And they set down the ark of God, and Abiathar went up until all the people had done passing out of the city. 25. And the king said unto Zadok, carry back the ark of God into the city. If I shall find favor in the eyes of the Lord, he will bring me again and show me both it and his habitation. 26. But if he thus say, I have no delight in thee, behold, here am I. Let him do to me as seemeth good unto him. And that's just Israelite culture. It's for us to, of course, have faith in the Lord, which so many blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians today, like, they know in their spirit that they're supposed to believe in the Most High Power, but because so many of us have been deceived and led astray, especially by the religious leaders of our communities, of our nation, like, we don't understand what power we have to follow. Like, so many of us will go and worship rocks and or either in the Middle East or stones we believe have healing properties. We will go and worship that wooden cross. We'll go and we'll just pursue any religion that's out there because we're trying to find the truth. Like, we're trying to reconnect to our power, but we don't understand that none of those religions have the truth. Like, we have to turn back to this book and really go to the priests and prophets of God in order to understand what's in these scriptures, in order to understand who it is that we are as a people. 27. The king said also unto Zadok the priest, art not thou a seer? Return into the city in peace, and your two sons with you, Ahimaaz thy son, and Jonathan the son of Abiathar. 28. See, I will tarry in the plain of the wilderness until there come word from you to certify me. 29. And this is King David just asking this brother, like, aren't you a prophet? Because back in these times, we're also called seers, like prophets of God, because you get visions from the Lord, future prophecies of what's to come. So King David let this brother know, like, go back to the city. If you get a vision of what's to come, of what's to happen, then send word. But until then, like, you don't need to be going on this journey with me. 29. Zadok therefore and Abiathar carried the ark of God again to Jerusalem, and they tarried there. 30. And David went up by the ascent of Mount Olivet and wept as he went up, and had his head covered. And he went barefoot, and all the people that was with him covered every man his head. And they went up, weeping as they went up. 31. And one told David, saying, Ahithophel is among the conspirators with Absalom. And David said, O Lord, I pray thee, turn the counsel of Ahithophel into foolishness. And Ahithophel was a close advisor of King David. So, of course, because this man has had years of experience in holding, some sort of higher power within the nation, because he was a someone that gave counsel to King David, gave military advice, governing advice. Of course, he's going to be a someone who gives words of wisdom to King David's son, who is trying to take the throne. So King David prayed to the Lord and begged of him to turn any what would be wise words from this man, any counsel this man would give to his son, turn all of it into foolishness. Because, despite what you may believe, like in Israel, we pray for the destruction of our enemies. Like, it's not all lovey-dovey and praying for world peace and unity amongst all the nations. Like, that has never been in the Bible. That is a philosophy of man. It is something that is purely made up, and it comes from the ancient religions of this earth that are against God. 32. And it came to pass that when David was come to the top of the mount where he worshipped God, behold, Hushai the Archite came to meet him with his coat rent and earth upon his head. So like 33. Unto whom David said, If thou passest on with me, then thou shalt be a burden unto me. 34. But if thou return to the city and say unto Absalom, I will be thy servant, O king, as I have been thy father's servant hitherto, so will I now also be thy servant. Then mayest thou for me defeat the counsel of it's like Ahithophel. And Slacky, and King David was telling, Hushai, like it'd be better for him to be in the capital, to be at Jerusalem, going against any wise words of what's that brother Ahithophel. Like anything it is that he would, give to my usurper that would be considered as wisdom or good advice, go against it. Like speak in my favor. 35. As thou not therewith the Zadok and Abiathar the priest, therefore it shall be that what thing soever thou shalt hear out of the king's house, thou shalt tell it to Zadok and Abiathar the priest. 36. Behold, they have there with them their two sons, Ahimaaz, Zadok's son, and Jonathan, Abiathar's son. And by them ye shall send unto me everything that ye can hear. 37. So Hushai, David's friend, came into the city, and Absalom came into Jerusalem. So not only did King David task this brother with going against the words of Ahithophel, but he also tasked him with sending messages on what it is that he hears from inside the castle. Like what it is that he hears in King's court for any plans, where they're going to be sending, manpower at, where they're going to be sending weapons, where they might be sending, hidden unalivers, like anything it is that he hears, like he's to deliver this message to these brothers, and they'll get the message to King David. Chapter 16, 2 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 1. And when David was a little past the top of the hill, behold, Ziba, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of asses saddled, and upon them 200 loaves of bread, and 100 bunches of raisins, and 100 of summer fruits, and a bottle of wine. Verse 2. And the king said unto Ziba, What meanest thou by these? And Ziba said, The asses be for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and summer fruit for the young men to eat, and the wine that such as be faint in the wilderness may drink. Verse 3. And the king said, And where is thy master's son? And Zabah said unto the king, Behold, he abideth at Jerusalem. For he said, Today shall the house of Israel restore me the kingdom of my father. 4. Then said the king to Zabah, Behold, thine are all that pertained unto Mephibosheth. And Zabah said, I humbly beseech thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, my lord, O king. 5. And when King David came to Baharim, behold, thence came out a man of the family of the house of Saul, whose name was Shimei, the son of Gera. He came forth and cursed still as he came. 6. And he cast stones at David and at all the servants of King David, and all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. And so this brother is a descendant of King Saul. Him seeing King David and seeing that he was down and out of his castle, and his mind no longer in power because his son seized it from him. He believed that he could abuse King David and all those that were with him. So he started throwing stones at him, started, talking down on him as they were on their journey, as he was harassing them as they walked. 7. And thus said Shimei, when he cursed, come out, thou bloody man, and thou man of Belial. Verse 8. The Lord hath returned upon thee all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose stead thou hast reigned, and the Lord hath delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom thy son. Behold, thou art taken in thy mischief, because thou art a bloody man. Verse 9. Then said Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, unto the king, Why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me go over, I pray thee, and take off his head. Verse 10. And the king said, What have I to do with you, ye sons of Zeruiah? So let him curse, because the Lord has said unto him, Curse David. Who shall then say, Wherefore hast thou done so? Verse 11. And David said to Abishai and to all his servants, Behold, my son, which came forth of my bowels, seeketh my life. How much more now may this Benjamite do it? Let him alone, and let him curse, for the Lord hath bidden him. 12. It may be that the Lord will look on mine affliction, and that the Lord will requite me good for his cursing this day. 13. And as David and his men went by the way, Shimei went along on the hillside over against him, and cursed as he went, and threw stones at him, and cast dust. 14. And the king and all the people that were with him came weary and refreshed themselves there. 15. And Absalom and all the people, the men of Israel, came to Jerusalem, and Ahithophel with them. 16. And it came to pass, when Hushai the Archite, David's friend, was come unto Absalom, that Hushai said unto Absalom, God save the king, God save the king. 17. And Absalom said to Hushai, Is this thy kindness to thy friend? Why wentest thou not with thy friend? And so even Absalom understood, like, King David was your friend. Like, is this how you show kindness to him? You turn on him? and you join yourself onto someone who is seeking to steal the throne, someone who is seeking to unalive him, like this is the kindness that you show unto King David. 18, and Hushai said unto Absalom, Nay, but whom the Lord and this people and all the men of Israel choose, his will I be, and with him will I abide. 19, and again, whom should I serve? Should I not serve in the presence of his son? As I have served in thy father's presence, so will I be in thy presence. 20, then said Absalom to Ahithophel, Give counsel among you what we shall do. 21, and Ahithophel said unto Absalom, Go in unto thy father's concubines, which he hath left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred of thy father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. 22. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went in unto his father's concubines in the sight of all Israel. 23. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled in those days, was as if a man had inquired at the oracle of God. So was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. 2 Samuel chapter 17, verse 1. Moreover, Ahithophel said unto Absalom, Let me now choose out of 12,000 men, and I will arise and pursue after David this night. All right, so just with that, just men behind the podium, my majim, which means to stand. La Yasha'Allah, which means to Israel. So Imajim, which means to stand. Panyaki Dum, which means to turn and face the east. Slap here. So the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawu, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'a, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawur, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan, Lanawu, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalakanawu, Kwabawatnawu, Kasalaknawu, Kwabawatnawu, Wala'a, Tabayaynawu, Banasaya one, Abal, Hawashaynawu, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Watapar, La'awalamyam, Aman. Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Prayer for the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Babakashah, Nathanahu, Hakak, Hakak, La Rapa'a, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Hamatazarayim, Hakak, La Hakim, Hamatim, Hakak, Al Rakawath, Latama Allah, the Garshan, Hashem Yahushai, the Wadaman. Prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Pray for the blessings in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh, wa Yahushai, Wam Yaka'ala, wa Alahayim, Matazabia, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapyum, Ha Saranyum, Ha Quadazayanyum, Ha Kayayim, Waha Quathian, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, the water Amun. Blessings in the English. Bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, Al-Hoharyim, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Isaiah, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shamayam, Wa'arataza, Al-Yathan, Lamawat, Rogolka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashan, Shawamor, Yasha'ala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazolka, Al, Yad, Yamyaka, Yawamam, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wayarak, Balya'al, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Yahawsaki, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Tazahka, Wabuaka, Ma'aitha, Wa'id, Awalam. Psalms 121 in the English. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Damayah, Lakah, all Thacharash, Wa'ol, Dashakwat, O, Kaya, Hana, Awayabyaka, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Al Anmaka, Ya'arayamwa, Sawada, Wayatha, Ya'aitazawa, Al Tazapawanyaka, Amarwa, Lakawa, Wanakidam, Mongolia, Wala'a, Yazakar, Sham, Yasha'ala, Iwada, Kaya, Nawa'aitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Al Yaka, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wayashamai, Alayam, Mawa'aba, Wahagarium, Gobol, Wa'aimawan, Wa'aimalak, Palashath, Aim, Yashabia, Tazawar, Gam, Ashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarwa, Labanya, Lawat, Selah, Aisha, Laham, Kamadian, Kasa Yasara, Kayabian, Banakaol, Kayashawan, Nashamadwa, Ba'ayan Da'ara, Hayawa, Daman, La'adama, Shaithamwa, Nara, Yabmawa, Ka'ira, Wakaza'aba, Wakazabak, Wakatazor, Manai, Kor, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, of Marwa, Noya Rashad, Lanawa, Ah, Na'awa, Alahayam, Alahaya, Shayathamwa, Kogogola, Kokwash, Lapanya, Roka, Kaash, Dabaira, Yaira, Wakalahaba, Dalahat, Haryam, Khan, Dardatma, Basa Irika, Wabasa, Wapaka, Dabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Wayabakashwa, Shumka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Wayabaalwa, Aidia, Aid, Wayakuparwa, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shumka, Yahawa, Labaka, Al Yawan, Al, Call, Ha'arataza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence, O my power. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O my power. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom, and the Israelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Selah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb. Yea, all their princes as Zeba and as Amunah, who said, Let us take to ourselves the houses of the Most High power and possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all the earth. Prayer for the curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh, King of heaven and earth, and all things living. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, listen to us now, right now. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that speak against us thy prophets, the teachers, the princes, the priests, the Israelite brothers, and the school. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the heathen that's like it, and shake loose the treasure of the rich of Israel that refuse to give to the school. Force their riches to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses, and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, the court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, skinheads, Posse Comitazi, the gay movement, the lesbian movement, spies, workers of witchcraft, NASA space programs, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airways, the cable access channels, and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us, and bring swift destruction to all the heathen that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro through the earth and consume them. Let the plague shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let Yahushua, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the heathens that come up against us as we speak thy word. Cause it to be known by all that it is the angels that have done it. Cause it to be spread through the media throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of Yahushua, thank you, always, so be it. Sorry. Please turn. Salute to the brothers watching online, men of Israel. Amadim Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahba Hashem Yahushua Brakathum, Yadim Matah. Salute to the sisters watching online. Amadim Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Hashem Yahushua, Yadim Matah. This concludes the Isupk Indianapolis Sabbath service.